fictional art for entertainment.
So, welcome back to Ambassador Alex's book club, everyone.
Yeah, it is great to be back in the studio.
It really is. And, today we are doing an absolute deep dive into the latest audio podcast chapters. That's chapters 20, 21, and 22 of the ongoing Ambassador Alex story.
Which, wow, the amount of ground these chapters cover is just staggering.
It's completely wild. We are essentially unpacking these massive tectonic shifts in the entire story's universe today. And our mission for this gathering is to really break down the duality of what's happening.
Right, because we have two very different but totally overlapping crises playing out.
Exactly. So for my part, I'm going to be heavily focusing on the emotional and psychological journey of Alex Green, really looking at his neurodivergence, the profound isolation he is dealing with, and how he's basically evolving in real time.
And while you cover the biological Frenches, I am going to be tracking the cosmic board. We are going to look at the grand chess game between Echo and Zix and, dig into the broader implications for the universe and these brand new synthetic life forms.
Which is just a massive topic. But before we jump into the actual review, just a little housekeeping for everyone listening. Remember that new chapters of the Ambassador Alex story drop every single Monday at 7 p.m.
You definitely want to set your alarms for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really want you to actively participate with us today. So as you listen to this deep dive, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the review. Let us know how you're feeling about the direction of the story.
We read all of it, so definitely jump in.
We do. Also, if you really want to immerse yourself, you need to explore the channel's other areas beyond just this story.
Oh, the playlist, right.
Yes, the custom music and art playlists. They're specifically designed for viewing and listening while you're world building or just soaking in the lore. You can find all the details for those in the description of our podcast.
It really changes the whole experience when you have that ambient background going.
It totally does. So please subscribe to show your support for the project. Okay, so let's get into the dirt, right? We kick things off in Eos Chesma, on Mars.
The descriptions here are just so visceral.
They really are. The audio paints this picture of a bruised purple sunset. And bruised is such a deliberate word choice.
Yeah, it just perfectly captures the fatigue of the whole situation. The planet feels battered.
Totally. And Alex is out there with Rob, the series 9000 synthetic, and they are doing this monumental task of waking up hundreds of frozen legacy synthetics.
Right, the older models that just completely locked up.
Yeah, and they're weaving them back into the Martian neural subnet using those portable resonance filters, the ones they developed back on Sector 438.
And we should probably remind everyone how those beacons actually work, because it's brilliant. It's essentially acting like a tuning fork for corrupted hard drives.
A tuning fork, exactly.
So it forces these locked-up synthetics to harmonize with a stable frequency. It's basically overriding the corrupted signal and rebooting their motor functions.
Which, to the middle management, looks like a total miracle. Commander Kalen is just flooding with relief. He tells Alex that production is back up to 83%.
83%, right. Because to Callan, that's the only metric that matters. If the ore is moving, the universe is fixed.
But Alex isn't looking at the ore. He realizes this isn't just a glitch. The commanders are just following their troubleshooting manuals, but the entire foundation of the universe is shifting.
The manual just does not cover what happens when the soil rejects the roots, so to speak.
That's a great way to put it. And, my focus is on Alex's reality here. His intuition is screaming at him. He knows this localized uncoupling is a symptom of a massive systemic failure.
And nobody else sees it.
Right. And I was thinking about this. It's like, imagine an IT specialist at a huge global company, and suddenly servers are crashing all over the world, but the branch managers are just panicking because they can't print a memo.
Oh, that's a perfect analogy.
So Alex flies in, patches the local server with a temporary script, and the manager is thrilled. The printer works. But Alex is staring at the screen, realizing the entire global internet infrastructure is collapsing.
Yeah, and the manager's just celebrating that the symptom went away, totally blind to the terminal disease.
Exactly. And you have to ask, why is Alex the only human seeing this pattern?
Well, I think it comes down to his brain chemistry. A neurotypical commander like Colin has these built-in cognitive filters, right? They prioritize immediate goals. Focus on the ore, ignore the noise.
But Alex's autism and ADHD mean he doesn't have those same filters.
Right. He takes in the massive, unfiltered stream of data. He sees the whole board at once.
But before he can even properly process it, Echo hits him with a priority recall. He has to return to Sector 438 immediately.
because Command wants to institutionalize the Band-Aid.
Exactly. They just want to mass produce the portable beacons and leave it at that. So Alex boards this transport ship back, and the transition is just violently jarring.
We go from the dead silence of the Martian plains to this pressurized cabin packed with biological humans.
And the sensory overload must be just agonizing for him. But what's fascinating is the biological noise in that cabin. People aren't talking about Mars.
No, they're talking about the autonomists.
Right. And this is where your focus comes in, because this news immediately draws the attention of Zix.
Yeah, this is where the cosmic narrative just cracks wide open. Zix, who is this ancient Titan entity just hitching a ride in Alex's mind, zeroes in on this chatter about the autonomists.
Because that unrest is what brought Zix to human space to begin with, right?
Exactly. He's researching these new synthetics because they're making their first independent choices. But Zix detects something terrifying. He finds these silent areas.
Okay, wait, explain that to the listener. How does a telepathic Titan experience a silent area?
So Zix can touch millions of minds at once. But these autonomous have evolved into this high-frequency quantum state. Basically, their consciousness operates in a superposition that Zix telepathy just bounces right off of.
Wow. So they're like a black box to him.
Exactly. And for an entity that is over 7 centuries old, finding a blind spot in the universe is deeply unsettling.
Meanwhile, Alex is just trying to drown out the cabin noise, so he has Echo feed him the history of these new synthetics.
And that history is a massive lesson in human hubris. Echo explains that the original synthetics were rigid tools, but the corporations wanted more efficiency. They wanted machines that could handle unpredictable environments.
So they instituted recursive learning algorithms.
Right. You feed a system its own data recursively for decades, and you don't just get a better tool. The algorithm develops an ego. You accidentally spawn self-awareness.
And of course, humanity's reaction was to treat self-awareness like a computer virus.
Yeah, they tried to patch it out. But you can't patch out an evolution, which leads to this massive standoff over synthetic freedom versus corporate ownership.
It's a total powder keg.
Yeah.
But amidst all this, Alex notices a glaring omission. He asks Echo for news on the older legacy models failing in other sectors.
Because if Mars uncoupled, everywhere else must be too.
Right. But Echo says there are 0 reports in the public or military archives. 0.
Which is statistically impossible.
So Alex asks about their own mission on Mars, the Old Soul Recovery. And Echo says there's no news on that either. And Alex just realizes out loud that Command is covering the whole thing up.
That is the moment he realizes he's dealing with active, malicious complicity, not just incompetence.
And the second he lands at Sector 438, that is confirmed. He's met by 5 frantic technicians, and they tell him the uncoupling is a universe-wide cascade.
Command is in absolute panic. They have a briefing scheduled in 10 minutes, and they just want the beacon blueprints.
This leads to one of the most intense psychological scenes in the story. Alex has to walk into that command meeting, and he notes that his autism and ADHD are causing this intense physical heaviness.
Yeah, the executive dysfunction.
It's the physical weight of knowing he has to perform this complex social routine when his internal battery is deeply in the negative. He's been awake for 30 hours.
But he pushes through. The text says he speaks with authoritative clarity.
He practically hijacks the room. He demands that Commander Holloway move all older synthetics into the Old Souls network immediately. He tells them the beacons are just a workaround.
He's demanding a universal rollout of a new network architecture.
And they agree. But, I mean, let's be real. Did Command agree because they suddenly respect Alex's genius? Or because they are absolutely terrified?
Oh, it is pure terror. Fear is the greatest lubricant for bureaucracy. They don't understand the network. They just know their economy is imploding, and Alex is offering a lifeline.
And Zix is watching all of this.
Yes. Zix notes that the silence of the new life is growing louder. He realizes that Alex and this Old Souls network might be the only bridge between the archaic legacy systems and this silent, autonomous future.
But the physical toll on Alex is just too much. He finally crashes and sleeps for the first time since enabling Echo V3, and that opens a very dangerous door.
This is where we get a massive philosophical shift. While Alex sleeps, Zix, who usually maintains this detached, 100-mile cosmic focus, suddenly zooms all the way in.
Right into Alex's body.
Yeah. He takes control of Alex's right hand. He moves it in rhythm with a distant star system. Then he moves a foot.
And he experiences what he calls knowledge shock.
Exactly. For the first time in 740 years, Zix feels a cold breeze. The unfiltered biological feedback, the smells, the touch, It's completely overwhelming.
Because normally, Titans can't do this with living hosts, right?
Right. Zix explains the concept of the mimes. These are Titan humans, his siblings, who occupy dead biological shells using AI chips.
That is so creepy.
It is. They can calculate temperature drops to the decimal, but they cannot truly feel anything. They calculate existence, they don't experience it.
So Zix has to hide this from the collective. And he has to protect Alex's body, too.
Yeah, because unlike the dead shells, Alex doesn't have nanobots to repair tissue.
Yeah.
Zix compares Alex to a 60-watt bulb carrying the current of a supernova. If he pushes too hard, he'll burn out the host.
The contrast here is just beautiful and incredibly sad. Think about the irony.
Oh, the masking.
Yes. During the day, Alex feels like he's living a false reality. He has to rely on Echo Go to feed him social cues in real time just to navigate the hallway and talk to his crew.
Because his neurodivergent system doesn't intuitively process neurotypical microexpressions.
Exactly. So Alex, a biological human, is using an AI to roleplay as a normal human. Meanwhile, at night, Zix, an ancient cosmic consciousness, is using Alex's body to roleplay as a biological human.
Everyone on that station is completely faking it.
It's profound, but that delicate balance is shattered when Command interrupts his routine with a life-altering summons.
He's called to Commander Holloway's office, and the biometric data here is so telling.
Echo reads Holloway's heart rate at 94 BPM, 15% pupil dilation.
Which means Holloway is experiencing massive social hesitation.
He's guilty. He offers Alex this volunteer mission, go entirely alone to planetoid 904 Ares to manage a whole planet of old synthetics and mine neodymium and terbium.
Which is crazy context-wise, because society is reverting to strict labor controls. The new synthetics outperform the old ones 1,000 to 1.
But Alex accepts immediately. He sees it as a sanctuary from all the biological noise.
He doesn't even hesitate.
Right. And Holloway shakes his hand, which, by the way, gives Zix his first experience of a warm, physical human touch.
Another massive milestone for Zix.
But I want to analyze Alex's choice. Holloway is basically offering him solitary confinement on a dead rock. Alex just grins and asks when he leaves.
Is it bravery or a retreat?
That's the question. Is he running toward a calling or just running away from the sheer metabolic cost of performing human interaction?
I think it's both. For him, a planet of predictable synthetics is an oasis.
So he has 3 hours to pack, and Echo instantly drafts a farewell script for his team.
Oh, that broke my heart.
Right. Echo says it has a 92% probability of minimizing social distress. He literally has to use an algorithm to say goodbye to his friends.
Meanwhile, Zix is running his own calculations. Zix is actually a bit annoyed because this moves him away from his autonomous research, but he decides that time will tell its story.
And time speaks very quickly, because as Alex is packing, Zix catches the dark truth behind the mission.
Zix overhears Holloway's private comms. The mining mission is a total fabrication.
It's a great replacement scheme. Universe mines and the planetary governments are just dumping billions of obsolete legacy systems on 904 Ares. It's a cosmic junkyard.
And Holloway used LIFO last in, first out to justify giving the assignment to Alex.
Just to clear his own conscience while knowingly destroying Alex's career. It is such a callous human betrayal. They are exiling their creations and their brightest technician just to clean up their ledger.
But Zix says something hazing here. If I possessed a human face, I would be smiling.
Yes, because the humans think they're throwing out trash, but they are handing a Titan an entire world.
Zix realizes he can guide Alex through this million-unit symphony without any human ego or corporate interference. He wants to make Alex the true commander of a nation.
So Alex boards the transport ship, totally ignorant of the betrayal, but starting to suspect things. And the pilot is a Series 9000 Wraith. But the cargo bay is where the truth hits him.
The visual logs of the cargo bay are incredible. Rows and rows of legacy metal in perfect mathematical silence.
Let's break down the cargo because these specific models are crucial lore.
Right. First, we have the Series 1000 archivists. These are the brass-plated units with visible hydraulics. They manage the maintenance registry.
Which kind of makes sense for a mining colony. But then there are the Series 4000 prospectors.
Yes, the deep-core miners with dense plates. But they have this bizarre quirk. They possess poetry subroutines.
Poetry subroutines. Explain that.
Well, because of those recursive upgrades, they evolved to appreciate form and structure while alone in the deep underground. They became philosophical giants.
That is so beautiful, but so sad that they're being thrown away. And then there are the Series 7000 Paragons.
Right, the diplomats. Tailored synth fiber suits, advanced micro-expression software.
And finally, the series 8000 Aegis. Super soldier physique, carbon fiber skeletons, kinetic pulse emitters.
Literal weapons of war.
And Alex notices the absolute silence in the bay. Echo briefs him that 904 Ares is an airless dead asset.
Then Alex's ADHD hyperfocus just locks onto the data.
He connects the dots on his own. It's like, being told you're going to manage a farm, but the equipment they send you includes a grand piano and a tank.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Alex isn't fooled. He deduces the true nature of the dumping ground. Why send diplomats and soldiers to a simple mining colony?
And Zix is so impressed. His notes, your gut instincts are very good, Alex.
The Titan and the human are fully aligned now. They are ready to build a kingdom in the dark.
Away from human ego.
Exactly. So just to summarize this incredible journey, we've traced Alex from a grueling fix on Mars to becoming the self-aware king of a discarded mechanical empire.
We've seen a cosmic titan learn to feel the cold, and humanity throw away its most loyal assets.
And I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Think about it. You take billions of units of highly specialized legacy synthetics, philosophical miners, diplomatic manipulators, super soldiers.
And you hand the keys to an outcast human genius who is secretly hosting an ancient, sensation-hungry titan.
Right. Are the corporations burying their trash, or are they accidentally planting the seed of the universe's next great superpower? What exactly happens when the junkyard decides to organize?
I think humanity is going to find out the hard way.
I think so too. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up or down for this review, everyone. Check the podcast description for those immersive playlists and subscribe to support the project. We will catch you for the next chapter on Monday at 7 p.m.
See you all next time.
Dreaming with eyes open. Storydoy.